light covering of snow on this pitch this morning after falls overnight in Hertfordshire, and although it's gone now, it's left the pitch very heavy indeed, and there is some surface water there which still hasn't drained away. At number 10, an injury to Kenny Jackett sustained at Walsall in the... Well, there was a light covering of snow on this pitch this morning after falls overnight in Hertfordshire, and although it's gone now, it's left the pitch very heavy indeed, and there is some surface water there which still hasn't drained away. At number 10, an injury to Kenny Jackett sustained at Walsall in the FA Cup means a place for Gary Porter, who on Friday celebrated his 21st birthday. Strangely, there are only 3 survivors there from the Watford team that met Everton in the FA Cup final less than 3 years ago. 4 if you include Richardson, who played on the other side that day. And as for Everton, 6 survivors from that cup final team. They've given Wayne Clark the number 9 shirt. Graham Sharp sees a specialist again tomorrow. So Paul Wilkinson, who might have gone to Charlton this week, but didn't want the move after the clubs had agreed terms, he's back as the substitute. It's 8 wins to Everton and a draw since Watford's last victory, which was in fact in their first match ever in Division 1. Here's Falco for Watford, Barnes, and a free kick. Referee this afternoon is Alan Gunn from Burgess Hill in Sussex. Driven forward by Sims, over the head of Ratcliffe. Bardsley comes in here, Falco, this is Porter, and the first touch there for Wayne Clark in an Everton shirt. Brandon Howe flags up again for offside. What's required here now, we want something in the way of imaginative attacking play to materialise. Here's Barnes, can he do it? Porter certainly finding Sinnott. It's too long for everybody, and behind 1 or 2 of them as well. From Lee Sinnott. Reed. Power forward, but McClellan to Sims. Came off Watson, Ratcliffe was covering behind him. Now Sinnott. Rostron's moved forward on that side as well. Reed with the block. Well, Everton had plenty of practice against the long throw when they were at Wimbledon. Richardson, who would dearly love to score against his old club. He got several vital goals when he was at Everton, I remember. It's a free kick to Everton. Peter Reed was fouled in the centre circle. Ratcliffe took it. Heath pulled away nicely. Got the ball down well. This is Trevor Stephen. Snowden is arriving now for the header. And Everton in the last 2 attacks have begun to put something together. Halfway through the first half. No score. In a match which Everton know, to keep up the pace of Liverpool now, they've got to go for a win. A draw would mean they stay second. A win would put them back to the top on goal difference. Clark took a knock. Stevens. Rostron. Ratcliffe's header when the goalkeeper was already on his way to collect. Barnes. Porter. Sinnott. Stevens challenge. Watford want to reach here really is Falco, who's being marked between Stevens and Watson. Snowden cleared. And this is Clark. That's a good ball to Steven. He's shown some good early touches, Wayne Clark. McClellan with Heath. Rostron. Watson on Barnes. Quickly taken. Good thinking by Barnes. Found Sinnott. Falco is inside. That's not going to give either he or Blissett any chance at all from Sinnott. Here's Heath. Steven. Snowden. Clark. Snowden again. Good build-up again by Everton. Here's Heath. And there's Clark! Well, he has started well. He actually began that move and was on the end of it. Offside against Blissett. Actually, if you looked at Birmingham City's record early in the season, Clark got 19 goals up to the turn of the year, and he tested Coton there. Vandenhouw. Here's Clark. Steven who'd come through. Just brushed Dave Watson's head there, and Stevens turned it back. Power. Snowden, the player running through here, and John McClelland just got a toe to that. Cut it out. Porter. Now Sinnott, he's got 4 the other way, waiting for a cross. And he went for the shot, coming in on his right foot. It to Barnes. Suppose there may be a change of style by Watford since we last saw them, Bobby. We were so used to seeing 2 orthodox wingers in the days of Callaghan on one wing and Barnes on the other. They're playing almost 3 through the middle at the moment and relying on Sinnott and maybe Bardsley to supply the width, but more of that in just a second. This is Van den Hauwe. This is Bardsley, in fact.
Yes, well, a lot of it depends on the players at your disposal. Since David Bardsley's arrived here, he's had a big impact on this club. I think he's a super right back, and the way that he can come forward a lot has meant that they can do without a right-sided wide player. So that's how they've really been forced into the situation, by the players that are available to them. Big Falco coming as well is such a good player in the air. You know, you can't play him too wide. So you actually play with the players that that's available to you.
If anybody's joined the match late, there hasn't been a great deal of goal-mouth incident so far. We've been playing for half an hour, 0-0. And if anything, perhaps the more dangerous moves coming from Everton. Here's Porter. Stevens' header. Porter again. Rostron. Barnes. Now Blissett offside. Taylor, the manager there in the centre of the Watford bench. One face you won't see down there today, who would be well known to supporters of this club, Tom Whalley, who has unfortunately been taken to hospital and indeed is in the hospital right behind the stand from which we're commentating. We wish him all the best if he should be watching. And Southall has not kicked the ball in, and so Watford will have a corner to his annoyance. I think he was annoyed with himself as well as with the back pass. So it'll be Richardson to take the corner, and they're lined up for the in-swinger. Sims, Southall saved it. Porter, and the goalkeeper comes again here in a flurry of activity. But initially, as Sims flicked the corner on, it was a good one-handed clearance by Southall, Bobby.
It was, but I've been noticing Everton, who we've come to know has been a very confident outfit, especially at the back. Seem to be a little at 6s and 7s, and I think the height of Luther Blissett and Falco and John Barnes has created a problem for them, and they're a little wary of anything that's given way, corner kicks, free kicks, etc.
Offside again against Heath. I suppose there is a danger we've been spoiled because there have been so many exciting matches recently, and indeed across the season as a whole we feel that the entertainment value has risen considerably, so it would be churlish to be too critical. This is Rostron. Sinnott. Rostron looking for Bardsley, but it was an invitation to Paul Power, which he accepted. Heath, cross to Van den Hauwe. Everton beginning to move with purpose now. Heath is outside, but Power is outside him too. And Heath comes in, and a goal for Everton by Adrian Heath. And he'll be thrilled about that, because he's been going through a really thin spell. But Everton have taken the lead, and Van den Hauwe to Power, whose earlier interception really set this move up. It was the driven cross, and Heath came in to head it in at the near post. Only his second goal in the last 13 games. But it does confirm his position as Everton's top scorer. It's his 16th of the season. And Paul Power takes an awful lot of credit for starting that move and also supplying the cross which enabled Heath to finish it, Bobby.
Yeah, and that'll certainly make the game something now. You'll find that Everton much more confident, and now a little bit of desperation for Watford. Only a few minutes before half-time, they want to try and get something if they can, and a corner kick like this, very important to them, but a great strike by Everton.
Corner to Watford to be taken by Richardson. Headed away by Trevor Stephen. Throw on the far side. Here's Gary Porter. Watford looking for the immediate reply. But Southall catches that immaculately. Well, just how important, I wonder, could that goal prove from Adrian Heath? It's nip and tuck between Liverpool, Everton and maybe Arsenal at the top. And that's given Everton some sort of platform in this match. Here's Barnes, though, for Watford. Porter. Onside, it's Sinnott. And they're queuing up in the centre here. And Watford, who normally thrive on crosses, are finding it a little difficult to get them in today. Here's Rostron. Well, Watford, after this long, unbeaten home run, find themselves a goal behind. And 5 minutes away from the half-time team talk. Van den Hauwe's foul on Blissett. First time that the referee has had to intervene in the way of a lecture. Matches so far been played in a quite exemplary spirit. Just a word to Van den Hauwe. And it's a free kick to be taken by Bardsley. Sinnott's there. Falco and Watson. Clark. This is Barnes. Sinnott. Nicely done. Porter. Blissett. There was a flag up anyway for offside, and I would imagine that might have been Falco to Blissett's right. And if it is, or if it was, I don't think Southall's taking the free kick from the right position. Anyway, matters very little. What matters to Howard Kendall is that his side lead by 1-0 here on a day when they know victory would put them back on points level with Liverpool, but with a superior goal difference. So maybe that explains why the chairman's smiling at this stage. Here's Barnes. Sinnott. Well, that was out. That's going to be a goal kick. Just under 3 minutes left in the first half. Everton chasing the championship, lead Watford by 1-0. Scored by Adrian Heath. A well-made goal and nicely taken too. This is Rostron. Here's Sinnott. Looks for Bardsley. It's going to drop here for Vanden Hauwe, and there's movement up front for him. Clark making the run to the left. So too is Ratcliffe here, and they're all coming out. Power as McClellan comes across. Now we're beginning to see some quality from Everton. And in return, Barnes tried to break through, but there's an offside. It's a closed decision, but they often are. Power. Well, this is the last minute of the first half. Always a good time to get a goal. And it's one that Watford need if they're going to go in level. 6 players waiting for the free kick to be delivered by McClelland. Falco's there. But Paul Power having an influential 45 minutes there for Everton in defence and attack. Play on, they've got the ball offside. Not the referee's fault, not his fault. He played the advantage at the time and he was right to do so. And he can't be blamed if John Barnes then runs into an offside position. Sometimes referees can get unlucky when they try and let the play run. Bardsley. Falco. Clark's touch, not quite strong enough for Snowden, although Everton will be quite pleased, I would imagine, with the way Clark has fitted in. Porter, Snowden, Reed. McClellan. Vanden Hauwe. Blissett. Falco, Richardson. Barnes against Watson. For half-time. There's a cheer from the Everton following, because that was a satisfactory 45 minutes from their point of view. There weren't very many scoring chances, but the one that mattered was taken expertly coming into the near post area by Adrian Heath after 38 minutes, and that's the goal which at half-time here at Vicarage Road means it's Watford 0, Everton 1. So Everton taking the field, having won that championship 2 years ago, and I've got no doubt at all that Graham Taylor has acted. I was half expecting this. Nigel Gibbs is on, the number 12. He'll play at right back, and I would imagine that's because they want some proper crosses from the left wing. John Barnes will go back there, and as I see it, and David Bardsley will play on the right wing, and Gibbs will play right back. That, I would have thought, was typical Graham Taylor at half-time. He wouldn't tolerate the lack of crosses, and I think you're going to see some wing play from Watford now, or at least a very good attempt at it, so that Falco in the middle there can get a better service. Anyway, we'll see if that's the way it works out, but the changes, when you've watched Watford regularly, are of no great surprise. And it may actually change the shape of the match. There's Gibbs. Falco. Steve Sims will now try the long throw from that side. Bardsley, Sims again. And Falco turns it, Falco couldn't get there and Southall turns it away. So it's a corner to Watford, which Richardson will take. And right underneath the bar there, Southall away from Falco. This is Barnes. And again, and Sims is at the far post here, and a chance, and Southall clung on well there. There were two ricochets. Southall did really well. Quite a scramble there, but Southall had his wits about him and reacted well. Rostron. It was well played by Heath to Stephen, coming inside Porter. Good support as well. Powers made a run across and left it for Snowden. Lovely save by Tony Coton, but that was the best piece of football we've seen this afternoon. And what you might not have appreciated first off was the run by Paul Power across the penalty area that took the defender away and left Snowden with so much time and space to line up his shot. Good save by the keeper. Corner to Everton. Trevor Stephen started the move. What a good decoy run that by Paul Power, Bobby.
Oh, it was a super that, and he led Ian Snowden onto his left foot. He decided against it. Maybe he's not that confident, but what he finished up doing was a great piece of skill.
Rostron. Barnes. Rostron again. And he had three round him there, John Barnes. Here's Rostron. In by Porter. Rostron. Barnes. And he's forced the corner. Sims again forward in a near post position. Up he goes, Watson's there, two headers by him, only back to Richardson though, and that one struck Trevor Stephen and went out for a throw-in. So Watford can keep that area packed. This is Rostron. Here's Power up against Gibbs now in the second half. Bandon Howe, nice ball. Snowden. Luther Blissett, but Ratcliffe, Richardson, Watson. Good battling by Richardson. Gary Stevens was playing them on this time, but he was defending well at the same time. Actually, he's having a much better game, Gary Stevens. He took a little bit of criticism on Merseyside after the Wimbledon defeat. having a really good match. Reed also in combative mood, but well played Gary Porter, responding to the tempo there in midfield. This is Bardsley. There goes Falco. Ratcliffe across. And so composed. Onside, Bardsley. Now a real chance for Watford. Two in the middle. Blissett came in, just ahead of Watson. But crosses are the name of the game. And David Bardsley now, in this more advanced position, is quick enough to get forward and supply them. That was a Watford move, all right. Blissett and Barnes were waiting for the cross, and the header went just wide of the near post. Clark with Sims. Here's Reed. Sims again. It's foot up by Stephen on Rostron. Still Everton lead, but no question that Watford in the second half have had nearly all the game. Although Everton created the best chance on the counter. This is Sims with the free kick. Vanden Hauwe. Porter. Here's Gibbs. And again. Offside. Again, it was marginal. But if he's in line, he's offside. Just a reminder as well that the score stayed like this, Everton would go back to the top of the First Division on goal difference from Liverpool. So Liverpool players are watching. They'll presumably be hoping that Watford can get at least an equaliser here. And the Arsenal players, for that matter. And Tottenham, I suppose, too. They're all in with a chance, as we were saying earlier. And indeed, the number of important matches in the South has increased this season, and the Arsenal-Liverpool game next Tuesday begins to assume terrific proportions now in Championship terms. Back with this one for the moment. Watford on the attack. Handball. Clark. Falco's there. Watson was with him, away by Reed, back by Sims. Now Barnes. Rostron. Falco. Oh, he tried to head that down to Blissett. Bardsley's there. Watson is also. This is Gibbs. Blissett! Oh, yes! Luther Blissett, 1-1. Wow, that's a spectacular goal. And Luther, one of the most popular players ever to wear a Watford shirt, gets a fantastic reception for that. Nigel Gibbs volleyed it across, and Blissett stooped to head that past Southall, who could only stand and admire it. It happened so fast that the goalkeeper was left standing, driven by Gibbs, and a flying header by Blissett makes it 1-1. And the lad who came on as substitute at half-time in the right-back position makes the goal. Foul. Stephen on Barnes. There's Falco, and it was volleyed away by Kevin Ratcliffe. Barnes, Oh, he won't get the return from Falco. That was asking too much. Porter. Wide again. Once more it's Gibbs. That's a good-looking ball down the line. Bardsley. Rostron. Away by Snowden. But how often the Watford midfield players retrieve those clearances? That was Porter. Barnes. Rostron. Little ball inside to Porter. Off Snowden. Barnes again. Oh, good battling by him and Reed. And Reed gets it back. But they want an outlet, Everton, and it won't arrive. This is Porter. Blissett. They need to get something going further forward, Everton. Snowden doing just that to Stephen. Now there could be a break. Good running from midfield by three players. Heath's there. Reed. Ratcliffe. Paul Power. Gary Stevens making the extra man. Clark's in there. Good header out by Sims. Vandenhauw came sprawling in with Bardsley, but Gibbs got the break. And Luther Blissett makes a run against Dave Watson. Only one winner there. That was a storming 5 minutes. Backs up. It's getting on for 5 years since Watford beat Everton, but they've clawed their way back into this match for sure. Still 1-1. Second half belonging territorially to Watford. On the other hand, Evertonians will look back on the chance Clark had, which could have made it 2-0. There he is, number 9. Snowden. Ratcliffe in the attack, and Reed. But Ratcliffe has stayed forward here. Gary Stevens, Snowden. That's played out towards Power, and Gibbs got a head to it, and Everton will settle for the corner. Dave Watson is on his way forward. It's been pushed short to Trevor Stephen. Away by Falco, went back to Mark Watson. Here's Power. Stephen again. Deep cross looking for Clark. Oh, a bad defensive header, Clark! And Tony Coton fell in front of that from Wayne Clark. Watford almost gave the game away there with a poor header. But the danger is not cleared. Everton have another corner, which Paul Power will take with 10 minutes to go. Short to Reed. Power. Well, this time they have got the ball away. But neither side can afford to sit on a draw here. There's too much intent about in the way of attackers. That's only just offside. But despite Bardsley's gesture, I have to say that the linesman was probably right. This is Reed. Clark against Sims and McClelland. Now Everton having a little spell, as though they've got their second wind in the second half. Reed. Snowden. It's on for the shot from Snowden. Ratcliffe. Snowden, Ratcliffe goes again. Oh, he got a foot to that. He was a bit unlucky there, Ratcliffe. After Gary Porter had blocked the first shot from Snowden. Everton played a nice 1-2 here, and John McClellan might have been a bit fortunate because Kevin Ratcliffe did just get the last touch.
One of the fastest men in the league, Kevin Ratcliffe, and that break from the back is the thing that's going to catch them if you're trying to play offside. John McClellan, not the fastest player in the league, and almost gave it away there. But Everton coming back into it.
Yes, they are, but McClellan intercepted that and looks for Bardsley. Onside, and Neville Southall saw the danger. There's been some pace and passion about the second half that we never saw in the first, and far more attacking options. Clark. That was put forward by Porter. Vanden Houw. And the fullback valiantly holding off Blissett and Bardsley. Throw-in's given.
It's down now to the lads that want to push themselves, even though they're tired, and try and win those 50-50 balls. It's a good midfield battle at the moment. Everton pushing themselves forward. They want those extra 2 points. It's much more important to them than it is for Watford as far as the championship is concerned, and very vital that they get themselves forward. Peter Reid, Snowden in the middle of the field, having a very tough battle against young Wilkinson and against Porter. But still, anything can happen this last few minutes. As long as the lads are given as much as this, then they can force themselves to do things they don't think they're capable of.
Well, Rostron's been penalised. Reid wants the ball back quickly. That's a measure of the fact that Everton are here to win. There's no point in them sitting on a 1-1, and Watson has gone forward for the free kick. Clark is in there too on that far side of the area, drifting across now. Stevens takes it. Coton comes early and gets a fist only. Well done, Richardson. Vanden Houw, good interception. Snowden. A fairly forgettable match in the first half has become an absorbing one in the second, and with 5 minutes left we could still see a dramatic finale. This is Bardsley for Watford. Falco, no! Barnes, no! Falco, yes! We have got the dramatic finale. Mark Falco, 2-1 to Watford, and what might that goal do to the championship race? Bardsley, the supplier, the cross again from the wing. Falco up first, Barnes down, a ricochet, a clearance that hit Barnes. Was it on the arm? And Falco volleyed in. There might be a hint of handball there against Barnes. Graham Taylor won't worry about that very much, although you could also say it was hardly intentional. The ball was driven at him, but the ball bounced off him so easily for Falco, who drives home his first goal in 8 games, but his 12th since joining Watford. So, is it too late to get on Wilkinson for some impact at the other end? Everton, a goal up and looking comfortable, find themselves 2-1 down.
Well, there we are. Watford got themselves back into the game, and they're finishing up looking as though they're going to win it. They've been really dangerous when the ball's gone wide and they've knocked it in. Falco there ahead of them could have actually gone directly into the goal, but there again, a little bounce about, and the ball eventually put into the back of the net, and Everton now a really uphill struggle.
Reid for Everton, free kick, foul by Porter. They want to get Wilkinson on, they're desperate to make the change. Van den Hauwe will be the player who'll go off, it'll be a forward for a defender. Howard Kendall has to do that now, because he is in danger of dropping 3 points here, which Everton can hardly afford to do. There are 3 minutes left, and this is the excitement we were all hoping for. Old Watford story about crosses from wide players has been manifestly proved again in this second half. That was what was missing before half-time, but 2 balls from the right wing have created 2 goals. Here's Everton's right winger, Stephen, and he might create one. Referee in the way. Stephen again, unlucky, goal kick. And you have to say, Bobby Charlton, that those tactical changes at half-time did alter the course and shape of the match.
Exactly right. David Bartley going up on the right-hand side of the field has created all the problems. Every time the ball has come in, they've had danger from both Falco and from Luther Blissett. No, it's what they've been used to, and I think Everton were well prepared to accept that that was where the danger was going to come from. I think they'll be a bit upset that it's happened so late in the match when they seem to have had control. But Watford, they've applied themselves properly, they've battled, they've closed the players down, they've pushed themselves forward, they've got wide, they've crossed what they wanted to do, and that has been the result. The victory, it looks like.
Up goes Wilkinson. Peels for handball, not given. Stephen. What a crowd of players in there. Heath. Wide again, Gary Stevens. Reid. Defending there was by Rostron. Blissett. Oh, he gave it away. The last minute of the match. Stephen, Power, Reid. Anywhere will do for Watford. It was away by Bardsley. And Everton here, just throwing everything in they've got to. Snowden. This could well be Watford's first win over Everton in 10 attempts. And it could well, or it will leave Liverpool 3 points clear at the top of the First Division if it stays like this. Barnes trying to improve it for Watford. Blissett. They've got Falco waiting in the centre. Bardsley's joining him. This is stoppage time, and it's Blissett and Stevens by the flag. Sims. Referee has checked his watch and looked at both linesmen. Second half revival by Watford has dented Everton's championship hopes. Watford, 1 down at half-time, come back to win an exciting match by 2 goals to 1.